This time on Woody's garage. Will it smoke? Puff, puff.
Okay, we're going to try to put the valve springs and keepers and stuff back in. You got to kind of be at a distance because it's kind of... Yeah. That's the regular spring, and this is the inner spring. Then got the cap. C. I know you're a mile away. The camera is actually about 2 feet from the head, but it looks like it's 200 yards. Still getting used to kind of using the GoPro to do this since my other camera died. Okay, and that sits in there like that, really nice. Then you got to compress it so you can get the keepers in there that'll hold this thing in there. We're going to try it with this one, this piece of PVC plastic. I got one. Wow, whoopee! It took a fucking hour. Magnetizing screwdrivers to try to get them down in there. I mean, having the right tool would help big time. It'd have to be something that could fit in the hole and give you room to put the keepers in by hand. But instead I have to go down through a piece of plastic, or I made a metal one. I put tape on the end of a chopstick, magnetized the screwdrivers to different values so that the keepers wouldn't stick. But that's only one. We got to do the other one. Well, we got that one in record time, about 15 minutes. I guess our technique got a little better or something. I found another screwdriver that with a very weak magnetic attraction, and makes all the difference in the world, believe it or not. But regardless, this is is not the way to do it, but it's done. Okay, we got the rockers in. We got the rocker shafts in, and just like how we pulled them out with the bolt this way, we got to tap them in. They got to get beyond this mounting screw, mounting bolt, mounting, what the hell's the name of that? That sounds all the way through. Yeah, otherwise the mounting screw, I don't know what the hell to call it. You know, those big long screw things that this slides onto the engine. What would those things be called? Give me a break, I'm old. All right, so I don't have the the setting things. Yeah, I'm really good with words today. These guys, put these in. Everything's pretty clean. Not wicked clean. Pretty clean. Pistons on the way. Ordered a pair of new covers, valve covers. Okay, we'll just leave those loose for now. But head is good. The cylinder, we're not going to hone it. It looks clean. Looks really clean. I don't see much cross hatching though in there. So the cross hatching helps to keep some oil in the cylinder. These things. So today I decided to make an isolator, a rubber gasket that goes in between the manifold and the carburetor. And yeah, I use this piece of pipe that I actually used to put in the valve keepers yesterday. Put an edge on it so it was sharp. so they could cut this out. They ain't perfect. I just drilled the smaller ones out, and I cut the piece out of, let me see if I can find it. I cut the piece out of an old Toyota mud flap. This was off my 83 Tacoma many years ago. Yeah, that should do just fine. Lines up. It doesn't get too hot, you know. I'll keep an eye on it in case it melts. But yeah, better than buying one. I'll just clean up a little bit of that residual rubber crap. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, we got a new piston for the 50, just like for the 70. I'll show you a picture of that. It's cheap off eBay. The other one seemed to work good. You get a wrist pin, which I already stuck in here. And I want to put one of the clips in there because it's much easier to do it here than try to do it on the bike. You got 5 rings. You got this wavy son of a bitch, which goes down here on the bottom. And it's surrounded by these little thin rings. Now in this piston kit, usually they indicate on a good expensive kit which way these rings point up. These have no indication on them whatsoever. Usually there's a number or something here. There ain't on this, but there is one that's kind of all blackish, and there's one that is blackish with a silver ring on the outside. You can kind of see the difference. See? So we'll put the oil ring on first. We'll take one thin one, put it on, one wavy, put it on, and another silver and put it on. Somehow I think I got it. I kept looking at this toothpick saying like, no, don't use the toothpick. You're going to screw something up. And I just kind of nudged it over so that they're facing each other. And I don't know, it probably doesn't make any sense. But I think I have it in. We'll find out more later. Okay, I got one of the clips in. The best way I found out with doing the clip is to sort of start it, get it in there, use a screwdriver instead of needle nose, and kind of pry it in. It worked good, not on the bike, but putting it on the bike might be a different story. Yeah, the luck with this oil ring is that I got those two ends to like butt up against each other, and now I think they're fine. That should go in the cylinder okay. All right, so I brought it out to the bike. I tried with the screwdriver the way I got it in the studio there, and I was going, this is never going to work. I grabbed the needle nose pliers, and first shot I got it in. That's kind of weird. I pulled the rag out after I finished getting the clip in, so, you know, the rag's there so that the clip doesn't go into the engine. So now we're ready for base gasket and try to figure out which O-ring goes right there. See it? Or am I in the way? Right there. Okay, we got the base gasket on. I applied a thin coat of grease on it. That is the O-ring that goes in down here. It's kind of hard doing this on your knees. Obviously the jug's ready to go over the piston. We got to get some lube on it so it'll slide in. We'll see if that compression ring there is going to cooperate or not. I'm just going to use some mystery oil. Some in the jug. I'm going to try to compress the rings with my fingers, but I may end up needing a C-clamp or something. It's always kind of mission impossible. C-clamp it is. That looks like we got it on, right? Okay, the O-ring fell out from there, which is fine. We'll put that back in. But then I found this clip. I'm like, God, no. It didn't come off this piston. I was missing the one from the old piston when I was just showing you the two piston comparisons. And I'm guessing it was from that. I looked through all my little plastic containers here to see if there was another clip, because I know I kept it, and I did not find one, so I'm assuming it's from that. But my God, to find it right next to the rubber that fell out of here. Good Lord. Okay, we got the screw in over here on this side, so it's holding it in. The O-ring, I made sure was in the right place. Hopefully that clip wasn't from this piston, because I think we're going ahead this way. I mean, as we put it together, we'll keep searching for that other clip that's missing. My battery's almost out here, so I'm talking fast. So we'll go on from here. No. Okay, let's put in the little chain guide wheelie thing. And I can always get it in so far, and then I lose grip of it. And then it falls in. I might get lucky this time. Am I lucky? I think I got it. Okay, we are a TDC. Piston's up there, so it'll make everything a little bit easier when we go to putting the cam sprocket and all. So I think the next thing we're looking at is the head gasket. So I gotta get that stuff together. Gasket, smear it with a little bit of grease. My story for this morning is I just got home. I just looked at a 1981 Johnson 7.5 for 75 bucks. And the guy didn't have much information about it. But when I got there, it was his and stuff. He should have put the information up there. I think I dropped in the water, but surprisingly it had spark. Everything looked pretty good on it, but then I checked, just put my thumb over for compression, and the bottom cylinder had like nothing. And, you know, I declined. But driving away, I was thinking like, boy, that could have just been a, you know, a $15 head gasket. But do you really know, you know? I mean, he said it was running when he put it away. He had a little tag on it, what the problem was with it, etc. You know, it had spark. I didn't say that already, and it shifted in gears. Anyway, I don't know. I got enough projects. Okay, the next thing we're going to need is the O-ring down here, which is the same match as the one below, and then there's one that goes here too, which should be a little smaller. And I think I used a little smaller one on the CT70, so we're going to have to reuse the one that I had. I got to find that. This one we had to use from the old engine. The gasket, the new gasket I got would not fit that hole. It was too big. And that is a new O-ring that I got from the kit. Okay, let's see if we can get the head on. Okay, it's the head's sitting on the studs. We got the cam gear here. That little mark right there means that goes forward. And probably easier to do with the head off. Okay, that's pointing straight forward. Let that slack. Make sure the O-rings ain't going nowhere. Come on. Take a peek at the O-rings. take a clean screwdriver. Just put it in there for now. I don't know, you ever get the feeling that the O-ring slipped? They did not. They're there just fine. Get over there. Yeah, there we are. Okay. Use something other than that clumsy screwdriver. Use this clumsy dowel instead. Okay. Pretty good. Now we got to find three screws, bolts. I never know what to call them, bolts or screws. I mean, I think when they get bigger, they're bolts. And when they're smaller, they're screws. But I don't know. Okay. I'm going to move this so it lines up with the holes, and it does right there. They're just a little tricky to line up. Okay. Good. Okay. And the other screw, bolt screw, which is this. Take a vote. I never know how much to crank down both of these two, because, you know, you're on just one side of the engine. You know, it seems, so you're drawing it into one way. It's the head cover, and it doesn't have an up or down mark on it. But what I found out is this side, the screw holes are wider than this side. Crazy, huh? So I gotta figure out. I can never remember which it is. Which is the wider side. Wider side of pail. Okay, that one, that fits. That one's small, so this, the sitting on the bike, the right side is the smaller side. Now I gotta measure this thing again. I'm pretty slick. Okay, it would go on like this, but I need my gasket. It goes on really nice, and you turn it around, and you'd have to fight it. I'm sure people have gotten them on, including myself. Yeah, we got the gasket, a little light film of grease, and the head, which slips on really easily. Now, one problem we have is the washers and stuff. We may have to use them, but they don't fit very well. You know, we got 4 of these. We got 3 of these acorn nuts, and then they give you one open one, which goes for the, supposedly an oil feed. And all I got is 3 washers there, so I gotta see what I got. I believe it's this one. It's funny, I look at all my bikes and it's different on all of them. And what I've heard in forums is that like the later engines, they just went to all acorns. They said there's no really reason for it. Supposedly oil travels on this, but if you remember, this stud was actually rusty, which could be part of the problem of why it's smoking. So, yeah. But, you know, they're right next to it. Right here, there's a tube for an oil port. So I have no idea how oil can travel up and down this. It just, I don't know. Anyway, let me get the washers I need. And, yeah, we'll go from there. Need one copper one if I can find it. Okay, good news, bad news. I guess we found a couple of washers that are a better fit. Why does that look kind of copperish? It isn't. But no copper washer. So this is what we do. Okay, we got the head snugged down. We're gonna put on this cam cover deal. Probably got another name to it. It's got this long screw with the copper washer. This one is a copper washer anyway. That goes all the way through. And we got our new gasket. And this goes on this side. This goes on this side. This piece here goes in that notch. All right. We got our 3 ugly ass, well, 2 gaskets and 1 insulator that I made out of rubber. And we're putting the carburetor on. Okay, cap is on. I'm leaving this stuff loose. Seems to be working. Okay, let's set the valves, shall we? They're wicked loose because I took them all apart. So you screw down, the nut's loose, you screw down the center part. Can you see it move? Get you right in there. That's probably too loose. We'll get out our feeler gauge. I think it's 0.002 on the intake. Maybe end exhaust. Okay, I'm going on the wrong side. I'm going to go in this way. Yeah, that's way too loose. Might be a little loose. But once I get it right, I tighten down the nut and I hold on to this. I made a tool that I've shown before. this old knife that I just put a notch in, and it goes over that square pretty well to hold it. So I'll get that, and we'll have to do the exhaust as well down here. Okay, we got the muffler on. Let's have a good look down here with a new crush washer in it and everything. So now we just got to put the front wheel on. All week I've been looking for my tire sealant, latex tire sealant, which I bought, and I cannot find it. And that inner tube is still leaking. I don't know if the latex will work on an inner tube, but we'll put it on anyway. Okay, well, everything's together. Let's see if it'll kick over without anything sounding like it's screwed up. Seems fine. Okay, take it outside and see if it starts. Scary. All right, I'll put some gas in it. On the choke. Hope for the best. See a tiny bit of smoke, but that's just from assembling. Beautiful.
I didn't think it would work.
I'm going to run it for a little while to kind of break in the new piston. I haven't even torqued down the head, damn it. I forgot. Okay, got to turn it off and torque down the head. All right. Well, I let it sit for a while. Went out and rode my e-bike. I want to see how it starts now. That tire's pretty flat. Put on the choke. Oh, carb's leaking a little bit. No smoke. That's it, it's a total win. It's gonna let it run out of gas now. The exhaust seems kind of loud. I don't think I have that right. And I've kind of decided that I think I want to paint it. I think it's going to be black and white.